You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey.
Well, I don't know about jamming, but yeah, jamming. I've been jammed up. And I mean jammed up. As it said in the title, computers suck. And at station WDWL TV on a grumpy old man road, the computers in the studios suck. Since my last stream, I have blown out the GPUs on both of my small form factor computers because get this, Prism Studio Live. Yeah. In order to run that, I supposedly had the specs. Well, as you start the stream, it draws just about out of them small form. They weren't cranking big GPUs. It makes them suckers run like at 110%. Well, you can't run a GPU at 110% and expect it to last. So now I have the two small form factors in the shop. Then my big spec backup computer, number 3, is Windows 7. So I attempted to download the Windows 7 version of Prism Studio Live. Well, since Windows 7 no longer exists in the computer world, you can't get a Google update on Windows 7. Without the update, you can't download the Windows 7 version of Prism. So I went to the storage and I pulled out computer number 4 and 5. Computer number 5 is which I should have been using to begin with, my high-performing Windows 10 okay. I get everything hooked up. Now the soundboard is giving me a... What do you mean connect to the internet? Oh, what a crock of crap. Well, looks like this soundboard is done for the night. Wonderful. My Amazon 7 tablet did a complete update. It wiped out the Wi-Fi connection. We'll screw with that later. So, getting back to computer number 5. Now, this thing has got a 500 gig hard drive, got 6 RAM memory, 3.0 gig processor. Okay? Get it all hooked up. Download Prism. First time, no problem. Goes right in. I fire it up. I start doing a test. And I get the blue screen of death. Yeah. The hard drive quit. So right now, we're on backup computer number 4, running Windows 7 strictly on YouTube. No Prism, no dual platform with faceplant. So needless to say, the 2 small form factors are in repair. And I lucked out because I would have had to take the monster computer to the repair shop. I found on eBay, and I even called the guy because I didn't believe it. He has preloaded hard drives. I've never heard of a preloaded hard drive. He has Windows 10 Pro preloaded on a 500 gig hard drive. It's plug and play. You hear that? Yes. When I get this hard drive, which I should have maybe by the weekend, maybe. I told them, get it. It's coming from somewhere in Oregon. All I do is remove the shit hard drive, install this, and it's up and running as if my repairman had done a wipe and a fresh reload of Windows 10. The only qualification, I was on the phone with them because I've never heard this before. And I worked in a computer, well, I was a gopher, but I worked in a computer repair shop for a couple of years. A good friend of mine ran the repair side. It was sales and repair. And I never heard of a preloaded hard drive. And this guy says, hey, I guarantee. He says, take a look. He says, I've sold over 1,000 of these this year. This year alone, he has sold 1,000 of these hard drives preloaded with either Windows 10 or 11. But I hear 11 sucks and Prism won't run right on 11, so piss on it. 10 is fine. So he says, what do you need? Home? Nope. I said, Pro. And 64-bit. No problem. I'll get it out to you tomorrow, which is today, because I spoke to him on Sunday. Believe it or not, this guy answers the phone on Sunday. Out in Oregon somewhere. Grand Prairie or Grand Ridge Prairie or Grand something. Could be Grandma for all I care, as long as it. Yeah, he told me. Just remove the hard drive from your computer, plug this one in, good to go. So in the meantime, I ain't taking no chances. I bought a CPU cooling fan and 2 additional cooling fans to mount on the cabinet. Once this computer's up and running, it's going to run like a refrigerator. Got to keep that CPU cool. And the only thing, actually 2 things, the only 2 things that are going to be in that computer are Gargle and Prism. That's it. Because I want to use the green screen. We haven't put it up yet because there's no need to put it up when you can't use it. So it's been a real shit show here at the Grumpy Studio. Yeah, the Grumpy Studio. You got something right for a change. The guy's in the booth. Yep. That's what it's been here. A sad violin song. Thank you. So, that's where Grumpy has been. Off the air due to massive equipment failures. I knew with the small form factors I was pushing things, but I didn't expect to cook them both. And then I'll tell you what, there is nothing scarier with a computer than to get the blue screen of death, because that usually means you're fucked. And I was. Hard drive. Yeah, I turned it on, and it wasn't sounding right. It didn't sound like it was spinning at the normal speed. And the program did take a little bit to load, and I was like, yeah, it's been in storage like forever. And I was able to get Prism downloaded. I opened it, did all the technicalities, and did a rehearsal, because now they got that new rehearsal button. And about 5 minutes in, all of a sudden, blue screen of death, like the blue light in the studio. And I said, I'm screwed, because I'm down to a Windows 7 computer that I can't put Prism in because I can't update Gargle. Talk about a pain in the balls. So what I have to do now, once I get the stream finished, I have to do it the old way and upload it to Faceplant, because I'm only on 1 platform, not 2. So, there's an and more in the title. Since I've been down with computers, I have been watching a lot, and I mean a lot, of police chases. Holy shit. As a matter of fact, let me get something from the newsroom. Don't go away. I should have grabbed this before. I knew I was going to do this story. All right. Oh, before we get into that, my expensive Amun took a shit. Yeah. I got to send this out for repair. The Amun mic, the big fancy schmancer, the one that was working. So, I always have backups. So I decide to destroy the studio. Jeez, one of them days. I decide I'm going to use the second expensive. The Amun is up here. This one's right here. The expensive, fancy schmancy white MXL. Well, it has a chatter. It's like there's something vibrating inside the cardioid mic head. I took it apart. There ain't nothing there. No loose parts. Kaput. Any of you who have been here since day one know that the golden microphone is Grumpy's original. I always used to say, Grumpy speaking into his golden microphone since he didn't have a golden voice. This thing works like a charm. I don't know why I stopped. Well, I know why I stopped using it, because I got all them free microphones and fancy, and you can see the more expensive, the more delicate the motherfuckers are. So we're back to the golden microphone. So, on top of computer problems, I got microphone problems. But I also have a backup. Matter of fact, I have two. I have another golden microphone, and I got a chrome one. This one is golden black. The other one's golden black. And the number 3 backup is chrome and blue. These are baseline blog in your home microphones. It worked like a charm. Like I say, I got 3. So, let me take care of a little dry mouth here. While I was down, computer-wise, I decided I'm going to watch a lot of these police chase videos. Matter of fact, I love Arkansas State Patrol. Oh. any of you who are not possibly familiar with the term pit, it has two meanings. One, precision immobilization technique, or pursuit intervention tactic. And what Arkansas likes to use, TVI, tactical vehicle intervention. Basically, what it means is spin the son of a bitch out to make him stop. Well, Arkansas has a trooper who has the most pits out of anyone's career. His name's Jason Bird. They call him the Birdman. Whenever a city or township has a police chase and the guy don't stop, they radio in and say, call the patrol and find out if the Birdman is working. Well, on 90% of the chases, the Birdman is working. This guy, at 140 miles an hour, can do a pit maneuver and the car never sways. Sometimes you'll see they'll hit and the car starts to go all over the place. Nope. Here's the Birdman, 140 miles an hour. Gets up to the quarter panel, think. There goes the car, and the Birdman does a 180 and comes back. And by the time he's back, the smoke is just starting to clear because most of the time he rolls them over. Although I'll tell you what, with these new goddamn cars, I have never in my life seen so many vehicles roll over. I'm afraid to ride in a new car. There was this one. As a matter of fact, it wasn't a chase. This guy wasn't paying attention. Okay, next to him was like a 2021 Ford F-150. Well, the guy blew a tire. And he went to the left, he went to the right, and he just tapped the back bumper of the F-150. Next thing you know, the F-150's on its roof. And it was not jacked up. It was a stand. I have seen SUVs, standard sedans. I have never seen so many cars roll over in my life. It's because they're making these goddamn cars lighter. There's no center of gravity anymore. You know, a good sneeze can knock some of these cars over. But if you see flashing lights and you hear a siren, what are you supposed to do, people? I'll read it from the Federal Highway Commission. It says, when emergency vehicles displaying flashing lights and audible sirens are approaching through traffic, the driver must quickly and safely pull to the right. Oh, no. Basically, if you see lights and siren, I'm going to tell you Grumpy's version. It means get the fuck out of the way. I have seen people on the freeways doing 70, 80 miles an hour. And some of these police cruisers are coming at them over 100. What do? Do they pull to the right? No, they hit the fucking brakes. There was one chase. This guy was zigzagging in and out. The cruiser was doing 130 miles an hour because they show it. It's up on the screen. The guy pulls a quick zip around. Now, there was nobody on the right side of this asshole. Here comes the cruiser, 130 miles an hour. He brake checks him. How that trooper didn't ass end that son of a bitch, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, that was some precision driving. People, you don't step on the goddamn brakes. You get the fuck out of the way. And if you can't go right, then go left. Let that cruiser come through. No. And then another. These people that decide they're going to be in the high-speed lane and just cruise along. La, 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 la. The left lane is for passing, not for Sunday go to church. People are idiots. Yeah, they get out there in that left lane and they're just having a good old... It's a passing lane. It's a high-speed lane. Get the fuck out of the way. Jeez. But I'll tell you what, that guy that brake checked that trooper doing 130, how he didn't destroy that guy, I'll never know. Luckily, there was no one on the left. I think he missed the guy by a couple of inches. Another thing that amazes me is these troopers cranking between 120 and 150 miles an hour, and they got one hand on the steering wheel, one on the radio, on the mic, like they're doing 55. Talk about precision driving. Holy shit. Now, here's something that aggravates the shit out of me. Where is it? There was a police chase that ended up on the freeway at 130 miles an hour. It was a stolen car. 130 miles an hour. It went on for 20 miles. When they finally gave up, it was a goddamn 13-year-old kid. He took his stepfather's car because he wanted to see how fast a Charger would go. Yeah, Dodge Charger, Hemi. 13 years old, 130 miles an hour for 20 miles. Luckily, there was no wreck. When a multitude of troopers came upon this kid, he decided, I better stop. And they had the court case. He got 2 years probation. "13 years old, 20 miles at 130 miles an hour. He literally got a slap on the hands. You think that's going to prevent him from maybe stealing another car and doing it again? Yeah, 2 years probation for stealing his stepfather's Charger with a 5.7. 130 miles an hour for 20 miles on the freeway. He's lucky it was at night and there was like next to no traffic. 2 years probation. Now, Grumpy's final story for the night. There was a police chase down in Florida. 15 miles through city streets. And then they got into some residential neighborhoods. Speeds of 115 miles an hour in a residential neighborhood. Some poor little kid would have walked out in the street. There wouldn't have been anything left to pick up off the street. They finally get the car stopped. The trooper did a nice pit maneuver. Yeah. Beautiful pit maneuver. The guy did a 360 and hit the center divider with all four corners. When they got him out, they allowed him to call his mother, who in turn called his probation officer because he had a probation violation on top of it. And a stolen car, denied he was driving. Now, the whole left side was all caved in. He couldn't get out on the driver's side. His buddy bailed and took off running. He had to crawl over the console, bail out of the car, and denied he was driving. Wasn't me. The trooper said, when we were on the freeway, I pulled up next to you, remember? And he said, I looked right at you. Now, on the freeway, they were doing 125. He pulls up next to him, looks over, and the kid said, how do you know it was me? Well, when his buddy bailed out, his buddy had hair like Grumpy. This kid had sticks. You know, that goofy hairdo, it looks like logs sticking out of your head. The trooper said, I saw the sticks. That's what he called them. I saw the sticks on your head. You were driving. So while he's arrested and in the back of the cruiser, the trooper was nice enough. He dialed his mother on the trooper's cell phone, and they had a mount in the back. Florida's, they're spiffy. They have a cell phone mount so that guy can talk. He calls his mother and like, I wasn't driving. So his mother gets his probation officer on the phone. The conversation between him and his probation officer went. Are you ready for this? 7 minutes and 10 seconds. I ran this phone call 5 times. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. In the span of 7 minutes and 10 seconds, this kid said, bro, 79 times. Yeah, I ran it 5 times. I was counting. "79 times in 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Bro. Yeah, it was like probation's officer, like, Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson, bro, I was with my bro, and, bro, we were like broing, and bro. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Bro. 79 times. Don't these kids know anything besides bro? Oh, you hear it all the time. Bro. Talk about being disrespectful to law enforcement. Well, bro. And the officers will say, I'm not your bro. Well, yeah, bro, but bro. I listened to the conversation the first time, and I was like, I'm not hearing what I'm hearing. So I backed it up, and I ran it a second time. And then I backed it up again, and I ran it a third time. And then I backed it up again and ran it a fourth time. Because I wanted to get the count right. And the fifth time, finally I had enough of broing. Yeah. In 7 minutes and 10 seconds, he said, bro, 79 times. Bro. Oh, come on, soundboard. Don't give me a hard time. And with that, bro, the grumpy old bro is going to say, if I have a computer again tomorrow, and this one don't take a shit, I will chat with you tomorrow. See ya, bro.